Yimla, Alahayna, Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Wamalakia, Bahashim, Harawat, Kakorash, Barakatham, the water Bible Ball, Wakwam Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily. To the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine, I say Shalom. Today we're gonna get into a video whereas Trump and the administration has forced the states, mostly southern states, to redraw lines in the states as far as representatives in state government. Now, what they have done, they have redrawn the lines to make certain so-called black representatives irrelevant. Now, once again, we have to tell you that voting is not real. Say what they're doing is they're doing just enough to make you think it's real. And by making you feed into your emotions, it seems more real to you because you're pissed off about something that doesn't even exist. This is the sorcery of Esau Edom. He figures if he can force you to get into your emotions about something, you will believe it's real. That's why we sitting back watching this man do all this sorcery, and we ain't doing nothing about it. Because guess what? Everything he's doing is going towards earning his judgment, even with all this voting deception. It's not real. These people are selected, not elected. Now, it might differ within state government, towns, cities, but as far as on a federal level, nah, they ain't gonna leave nothing like that to chance. Especially when they have an agenda to come after the Israelites. No, there cannot be. You see what I'm saying? So they have to groom leaders, so-called leaders, to play these roles like Obama was groomed to play that role. His name ain't even Barack Obama. I'm sure all y'all know. You should know. His real name is Barry Soetoro. He went to the University of Illinois, Chicago. That's where he met Big Mike, Michelle, which is a man. And that's also where a lot of his ex-college classmates said, we know him as Barry. And all he wanted to do was smoke crack and have gay sex. These people are groomed to play these roles. Remember, life is a stage. The world is a stage. These are performers. Most of your politicians are reality TV actors, failed actors, or they came from TV somewhere. Look at we can go all the way back to Ronald Reagan. He was an actor. Jesse Ventura, the governor of Minnesota, I think. He was at one point. He was a wrestler. And it wasn't even real wrestling. That was fake. Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California. He came from movies. Pete Hegseth, he's an ex-Fox News host. And now you got this man, Donald J. Trump, who is a failed reality show actor. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. We got a Jake on here. He's pissed off in his emotions about the fact that once again, Esau is showing that he don't give a damn. Why are you shocked? Why are you surprised? You should expect this from this man. Y'all still want this man to treat you right and then get pissed off when he don't? Guess what? If he ain't did it by now, he has no intention of doing it. You need to accept the fact that this man hates Israelites, well, the whole nation of Edom does. And they will do all the mischief they can because these are lying children. Understand that. Stop getting pissed off every time Esau shows you that he's the devil. Just stop it. He's doing what the Lord created him to do. He's being what the Lord created him to be. Let this man earn his judgment. So let's go ahead and get the copyright. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Go ahead and grab the video. It ain't long, it's just like 2 minutes and some change. The name of this video is Jim Crow 2.0, the Republican assault on Black voting rights. You don't have any voting rights.
The ink has barely dried on last week's Supreme Court decision gutting the Voting Rights Act, and Republicans are already racing to disenfranchise Black voters. In Louisiana, the state's Republican governor, Jeff Landry, declared a state of emergency, suspended a congressional primary election on Saturday, and signed a law eliminating a local position in New Orleans. Calvin Duncan, a newly elected Black official who won with 68% of the vote, had to get a federal court order on Sunday so he could take office today on Monday. In Alabama, Republican Governor Kay Ivey called a special session of the legislature to meet today to redraw the state's map with the goal of eliminating districts represented by 2 Black members of Congress, Terry Sewell of Birmingham and Shamari Figures of Mobile. In Tennessee, Republican Governor Bill Lee has called a special session to meet tomorrow on Tuesday to redraw the state's map to eliminate a majority-minority district in Memphis, where State Representative Justin Pearson of the Tennessee 3 is running for Congress. In Florida, 1 hour after last week's Supreme Court decision, Republican Governor Ron DeSantis got the state house to approve a new map, even though an aide to DeSantis admitted that the goal was to blow up a majority Black district in South Florida. Louisiana, Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, 4 states in 1 week. And don't get me started on what they're doing here in Texas. They're not trying to hide it anymore. This is the most blatant white power grab since the January 6th insurrection. This is not a drill. This is Tulsa without the torches. We haven't seen this type of coordinated attack on Black elected officials since the Jim Crow era, when the number of Black congressmen dropped from 8 to 0. So there's 2 things you can do. If you live in a blue state with a Democratic legislature, call your governor today and tell them to redraw their congressional maps to fight.
Don't do that. Let these people be the wicked. Because guess what? Edomites are not going to punish Edomites. You can see that from the Epstein files. Let these people earn their judgment. The Lord gonna deal with them. There's nothing you can do. They are protecting each other. It's obvious. They are doing what the wicked do. The wicked shall do wickedly. Let them do it. So when the Lord put the smack down on them, they ain't got nobody to blame but themselves. You know how Esau love to play the blame game. No, he gonna be forced to look in the mirror and accept the fact that he's a piece of shit. If you want to call your governor or whatever, you can. You just gonna get, it's not real, y'all. They just doing enough to make you think it's real. Don't call these people. Let these people do what the wicked do. Because if they ain't did right by now, they have no intention of doing right. It says that they gonna wax worse and worse. Let them wax worse and worse. So we can get out of here. Y'all calling your governors because you want to stay in Babylon. No, don't call nobody. Let these people earn their judgment so they can get out the way.
Right back. And if you live in a red state, rally your local community to vote out every single Republican in every state legislature. That's where the decisions are made.
Don't call nobody. Don't do nothing. Let these people show the world who they really are. We're not supposed to vote for people of another nation to be over us anyway. Let's go. You see why? Because they don't care about us.
A lot more you can do, but those are 2 steps to get started. We have the power to fight back. Now let's use it.
That's not the power. That's not the power to fight these people. We only need Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. He's going to get them. We don't have to do nothing but teach. So this power you believe in that was given to you by Esau can be taken away. That's why we say nothing is real in this kingdom, because anything Esau gives you, he can take it away. Your money, he can just go in your bank account and just take your shit. Your house, your car, your children, your life. Nothing is real in a wicked kingdom. Stop trying to hold on to your little hole in the wall that you love so much. We trying to get home to the kingdom. Fuck Babylon. Let's get some scriptures. And if you notice, they always doing little shit to try to get at us and try to get a reaction out of us. No other nation. Because they know who we are. Now let's get some scripture. Let's go to 1 Maccabees. Don't let these people pull your strings like a puppet. All they trying to do is get you to react. Let them do it. Earn your judgment, baby. This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 7. What scripture is it? 31. That's not it. Hold on. It might be in 2 Maccabees. Yeah. 2 Maccabees, Lakia. Chapter 7, verse 31. And thou that hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Let them do all this little fuckboy shit. Let them do it. Because all they're trying to do is get you to react. Don't react. Now let's go to the book of 2 Corinthians. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we're not ignorant of his devices. We know what you gonna do. How many times you did this? And now they're trying to bring back another pandemic. I wonder how many of y'all gonna fall for it this time. Because we told y'all not to fall for it last time. Job chapter 9, verse 24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not wherein who is he? That's why all this wickedness is allowed. Let them have their final run before they're taken into captivity. Let them earn their judgment. Book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 15. Because you have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. And that is so true for Esau Edom, because this nation is built on lies. White supremacy built on lies. This voting system built on lies. This government built on lies. They have made lies their refuge, thinking their lies are going to save them. No, your lies are going to condemn you along with the other shit that you've been doing. Everything you've been doing, Esau, is being recorded in the heavens, baby. You can't whitewash that history. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? They still think they slick with it. The whole world knows you're Esau. And from that point, you fall. When your true identity is revealed, you fall. When our true identity is revealed, we rise. Mm-hmm. There's a new vibration in the earth. Now you got Edomites suing for what do you say, racial discrimination because he didn't get a job. They gave it to an Israelite woman, a Eve. And he's suing for racial discrimination. See how them curses, they flipping on you, baby. Because first we wasn't getting hired because of our skin color. Now Edomite men are not getting hired because don't nobody want to deal with their childish ass. That right there was a childish act. You gonna sue? So if you win the case, what, you gonna work for these people that you just sued? You gonna walk into a building every day being fake, knowing these people don't like you because you just sued them. Don't nobody want to deal with that. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because there are many. We got the most powerful military in the world. Okay, well, why y'all still fucked up over there in the streets of Hormuz? While your base is destroyed in the Middle East. And he's still lying about ain't no American casualties, dead soldiers. Oh, yes, there are. Because if you destroy 16 bases, somebody died. Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because there are many, and in horses and horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. See, he talking about calling the governor. No, we ain't calling no governor. We calling Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Because he's the only one that's going to put these people down. Let me see if I can find that scripture. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this script because it's very, very important. Okay, y'all. I found the scripture. Very important. This is Deuteronomy chapter 17. And we can start at verse 14. When thou art come into a land which the Lord thy power giveth thee, thou shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are round about me. Verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy power shall choose. One from among thy brethren thou shalt set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. That's why we don't vote. Because Edomites only have one intention, to destroy you. Number two, the voting's not real. They just want you to think it's real. Some of y'all still taking off work, going down there, standing in them long lines, checking the box, putting your sticker on your shirt, take a picture, and that's on Facebook, I voted. No, you just wasted your time. Let's keep rolling. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. This man is crazy. Crazy is an understatement. He's just wicked, you know. So he gonna do everything he can to destroy you because we are the threat. You notice they didn't redraw the lines to force nobody else out but Israelite men and women. Now let's go here. Go to Psalms 83. Show you who the enemies of Israel are. Psalms 83, verse 1. A song or song of Asaph. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up the head. That means they're looking down at you. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Now you got little skirmishes among the nations, right? Even though you got these little minor disagreements and skirmishes, they bump heads every now and then. But I'm gonna tell you this: all the nations are in agreement that they don't want us back in rulership. So yeah, this is a world stage. And what's happening in the world right now, the reality, not the lies on TV. The reality is the stage has been set for a famine, plagues, lockdowns, what else? War, which is the last and final prophecy. Jacob's trouble. These people freaking out right now, and the society is still up and running. The stage has been set by these nations, these enemies of Israel, to depopulate, to destroy us, and then they just gonna come up out the bunkers and rule over the ashes. That's the dumbest shit that's the dumbest shit you could do, because guess what? You're gonna come up and get radiation poisoning. You're rendering the earth uninhabitable. But Esau, he don't give a damn. He'd rather destroy a kingdom that's been already established than to allow Israelites to rule over him. Lucky for us, it's not up to him. That's the dumbest thing you can do. You're going to poison the earth and then try to live in it just to get rid of us. You're a goofy. Let's keep rolling. Okay, the enemies. Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom, number 1 on the list. And the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, of Moab are the Chinese, the Hagarenes. I forgot who the Hagarenes are. The Hagarenes are either Ishmael. I wrote it down somewhere. I can't find it. They either Ishmael or Ham. Gabal and Ammon. I don't know who Gabal is. I forgot. I wrote all these down, but I don't have it in front of me right now. And Ammon, Japanese, and Amalek, the fake Jew. The Philistines, Hamites, and the inhabitants of Tyre, Hamites. James 1 and 8. Double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Always redrawing lines. Always moving the goalposts. Always declaring unrighteous decrees to keep us at the bottom. Yeah. But you want to trust him when this man has given you no reason whatsoever to trust him. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. That's why we're only supposed to teach. We're only supposed to put the truth out and expose the wicked for who they are. The Lord gonna take it from there. This is a spiritual war. It's not a carnal, physical war. Not yet, anyway. Book of Job, chapter 20, verse 5. We start at verse 4. Knowing thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphant of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. I said, let them have their last little hoorah before they start crying for the next 1,000 years, because you know how weak he is. Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly. It doesn't say the wicked shall do righteous. No. The wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. But the wise shall understand. We know why y'all doing this shit. You're trying to get a reaction. You're trying to get us in the streets so you can lie on us and blame us and murder us. No, the Lord got this, bro. He got you in the trick bag too. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10, let favor be shown to the wicked. Yet will he not learn righteousness. That should tell you enough. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Doesn't care. See this one. Book of Psalms. Verse 16. The book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Listen to this. Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. Esau don't like following rules, not even his own laws. You can see through the Epstein files. He makes laws and breaks them more than any civilian ever could. But he does all his wickedness under the guise of law. He hates instruction. He wants to be able to do whatever he wants to without consequence. And the Lord has given him that freedom. Because the Lord knew what this man was going to do. He created him. He created him to be the wicked. And when his time is up, that's when the consequence comes. See, Esau wants to be able to do whatever he wants without consequence, no punishment, no judgment. He wants to be racist to whomever he wants to be without consequence. And then when there's a reaction, there's a backlash, a get back, he cries. Unfit to rule. You're too weak, man. You're too emotional. You ain't built like us. Ecclesiastes chapter 8. Verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. See? No consequence. So he think he getting away with shit. So he gonna wax worse and worse. Because he hasn't been punished. Not yet. Verse 12, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, that fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh. There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be just men, unto whom it happened according to the work of the wicked. Again, there will be wicked men, to whom it happened according to the work of the righteous, I said that this also is vanity. Esau very vain, very proud. He think he can't be touched until the Lord touches his ass. Let me get a few more and close. Let's go to Nahum chapter 1. Hold up. Yep. Book of Nahum chapter 1, verse 3. But we can start at verse 2. Yahweh is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth, and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Second Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation, and to reserve the unjust unto the day to be punished. Let them earn their judgment, man. Don't be calling no governor that's gonna lie to you and get you off the phone. Once again, you wasting your time believing in voting when it's not real, it's an illusion. Book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1. The wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. This ain't it. This is well ordered for destruction. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, so are all they that dwell therein. That's why you got people, that's why you got weirdos out here, because your leaders are weirdos. Why you got pedos, because your leaders are pedos. That's why you got thieves, because your leaders are thieves. That's why you got murderers, school shooters, mass shooters, because your leaders are murderers. This is verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. That's how they got this kingdom, and that's how they're going to lose it. Verse 9, why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. He wanted all, like Warren G. For such one sitteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he cast away his bowels. Nothing is sacred to this man, and everything is for sale. Unfit to rule. Chapter 12, verse 3, there can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not altogether been wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten by a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Verse 16, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee every time. That's why we tell y'all, stop expecting these people to do right by you if you're an Israelite. They know who you are. They can feel your spirit spiritually. And I said that right. They can feel your spirit spiritually. They know it's a big difference between us and them. And they also know we're not like them. Yet they always lying and trying to call us, trying to paint us as being the wicked. No, that's you. Verse 13, chapter 13, verse 5. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear and not be sorry for it. He's gonna take your shit. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? The carrot and the stick. Chapter 14, verse 7. And if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. He always declaring his wickedness because you see the wicked end game of all his little schemes. Verse 8, the envious man have a wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despises of men. A covetous man's eyes not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul. He ain't got no substance. There's nothing there but a rotten shell of a man. Let me get a couple more. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 12. But these as natural beasts, made to be taken and destroyed. See, this scripture don't even refer to them as people. Now you know why, because what? They eat babies, they rape babies, they murder their babies. This is animalistic behavior because only animals eat their young. And this is not out of famine. This is not out of necessity. They consider this a delicacy. Let's continue. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 12, I'm going to start over. But these as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. We can close on that because y'all better wake up and understand all these little mind games these Edomites playing on y'all. They're trying to get you to react. Don't do it. Just let these people earn their judgment and stay out their way so they can't blame you or lie on you for nothing. Call Halayim La, Alahayinaw Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, Wa Malaki Yabah Hashem Harawat Wakakorash Barakathum, the water Bible Bawa Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.